that we believe every family in the U.S., every individual across the world should at least have the opportunity to hear about it and to be able to make the decision to see if they want to break the bonds of financial slavery. That's really our goal, is allowing and educating individuals how to actually control their money.
I'm Kevin Attride, and I'm on a mission to help you with investing secrets, empowering you to succeed financially, changing your financial perspective and growing your wealth in good times and in bad. And when the next crisis comes, those prepared to weather the storm will achieve great success while the world melts with fear.
Investing Secrets with Kevin Attride.
Today, I'm joined by Holly Reed of Living Wealth. I was amazed the very first time I talked with her, as she is an expert in banking and blew me away with her knowledge of how to level up on banking activities. I was also struck by her character and her helpfulness. So today I'm really excited to bring you Holly Reed, the Chief Operating Officer of Living Wealth. Welcome, Holly. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for having me. I look forward to helping lots of people today.
Well, thank you. So just briefly tell us about you, your expertise, and your organization.
A little bit about me. I grew up in a nice family. My dad was always in the insurance business. Didn't really have any desire, though, to sell life insurance until we found out about the infinite banking concept, which really to us as a organization, as a company, is the key that we believe every family in the U.S., every individual across the world should at least have the opportunity to hear about it and to be able to make the decision to see if they want to break the bonds of financial slavery. That's really our goal, is allowing and educating individuals how to actually control their money and not give control of their money over to somebody else, as well as to be able to use the interest that money generates and bring it back to their family. So a little bit about me. I've been doing this right at about, 15 years, but been a practitioner of it for right at 16 years. So kind of a little bit of my expertise, but been a practicing person of actually doing it and selling life insurance since 15 years. So, and I will say that as much as we are using life insurance, that's what we're selling. Our goal is really to educate each individual how to control their money and how to use it infinitely for infinite possibilities, but being able to pay your taxes, being able to give to charitable giving, being able to make money sending your kids to college, things like that.
Today's episode has been made possible by our presenting sponsors, Wellings Capital, build wealth by investing in diversified, recession-resistant commercial real estate. Smeed CPA, the next frontier CPA firm for strategic investors. And Living Wealth, bank on yourself with private family financing.
Let's jump in. So for those who are interested in improving themselves, improving their financial perspective, and building wealth, can you tell us your tips, the actionable items on improving their lives?
So I think first and foremost, you have to start a life insurance policy. It's the only product, it's the product we're using, but it's the only product in the world that works this way, where you actually can put money in, deposit it, and be able to take money out as a loan, and there's uninterrupted compounding taking place. Okay, so that's the very first one, because right now, most of us in general are doing all the work. Whatever job we're in, we're doing that work, but right now the paycheck's getting deposited into our bank, and the food people are getting money, car people are getting money, your education, taxes, all that. The money is going away from you. Basically, the direction of the money that you're earning is leaving you. And until you actually take the actionable step to turn the money around and make it come back towards you, then you are going to be the hamster on the hamster wheel that just keeps spinning, working really hard while everybody else gets all the money. So until you change the direction of the money, nothing will change. And the only way really to do that, in my viewpoint and my belief, is that you have to establish your own personal privatized banking system through the infinite banking concept. And the only way to do that is through a life insurance product. That's my actionable step. Once you do that, Really, you have to get started. If you don't get started, you can invest money, you can make money, but if it goes south, it's gone.
Well, that's very helpful. Go further. Or what else do people need to be doing practically?
Practically, they have to live within their means, number one. We kind of say there's like 3 steps really that you have to be able to implement or do it. If you're not living within your means currently and you're overspending on what you're making, then it's really hard to establish a system to create wealth when you're actually spending more wealth than you have. So first and foremost, you have to live within your means. Second, we tell you, you got to pay yourself first. Okay. What we mean by that is most of us are doing all the work, yet everybody else is getting all the money. Paying yourself first is that premium deposit, depositing money or saving money of what you're earning. And some people are like, it's 2%, it's 3%, it's 4%. In reality, the savings in the United States alone is less than 2%. So if you're not saving even 4, 5, 6%, then something's off. But if you want a simple way of saying how much would I pay myself, so most of us would say we're worth more than $2.50 an hour, right? Or I pay myself $2.50 an hour. That is actually, if you worked 40 hours in a week, that's $100 a week, of $400 a month. If you're not putting $400 a month away for yourself, then basically you're not even paying yourself $2.50 an hour. And then the last thing really is, if you are going to borrow from yourself, whether you have a life insurance policy, a savings account, anything, you're going to save up for something and then you're going to go out and buy it, then you have to pay yourself interest. You have to go back and set up a systemized plan to put that money back into the place you're storing it. And you need to pay yourself interest. Most of us, we borrow the $5,000 for the vacation or the $10,000 for a car, and what we do is we don't ever put it back with interest. We most of the time don't even put it back into the savings. What we do is we just save up for some other item and we lose the buying power with that money or that cash. So I would say those are some of those practical steps. But until you get the banks and out of your life, because in reality you need them maybe to deposit your checks and get stuff out, but in reality the banks are controlling all the money and the wealthy are controlling the money. And until you take control of your own money, then all you're going to be doing is keep depositing into their banks and let them continue to make money.
Well, that makes so much sense, and thank you for those really practical tips. Anything else you want to tell our audience?
I'm just going to say, start now. Don't wait. It's always better to start now than in the future. It's kind of like, when do you plant a tree? You plant the tree you wish, 5-10 years before, so it produces fruit. If you want to be financially free, you have to start the system now, and you have to be disciplined. Because just like anything in life, it's going to take work and it's going to take time to build up and build cash. But if you want to leave a legacy, you want to start now. What you don't want to do is say, oh, I wish I would have started 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Because what it does is cost the growth of that interest, that compounding interest, that takes away future dollars for your family and leaving the legacy for them. So really, start now, don't wait. Inflation isn't getting any less, it's only growing. And so you want to be in control now versus 5 years later saying, oh, I wish I would have done this when Kevin talked to me, or I wish I would have done this when somebody mentioned it to me. The worst thing you can do is put your money in a life insurance policy. So that's my viewpoint. That's the worst thing you can do. And I say that in joking because we've been taught to put our money in the bank, Kevin. And as we put our money in the bank, they get to loan out that money and make money off that money, and we don't get anything from it. And at least this way, if you're putting it in the life insurance policy, number one, it depends on the type of policy, okay? It's a mutual paying dividend whole life insurance policy, but you're also getting interest from day one. And that interest is compounding irregardless of if you use it or not. And it's higher than the banks are giving you. depending on when you listen to this, anywhere, any bank right now is giving you right at 1% or nothing in a savings account. So, or 0.5%. You at least get a guaranteed 3.75% by putting it in life insurance policy. So you get a guarantee that grows tax-free. Number one, it grows tax-free. Don't get that in the bank. Number two, it buys you a death benefit should something happen. You guys, your family gets something should you graduate from this earth.
Holly, knowing that this is not individualized guidance or advice, this is about education, what type of guidance or advice are you telling your clients, or are you doing yourself in these challenging economic times with high inflation and everything else going on?
Kevin, I'm going to backtrack and say actually it is individualized. We create for our clients what we call a financial GPS, whether that be in debt and how to get out of that debt and pay themselves back, or whether it be a cash flow sheet on how their cash is growing and how to use it, or whether it be on investing. How do I make this investment and make it beneficial even if it goes south? So it is individualized in the sense of there's no financial GPS that's the same for everybody, but what we do is educate you. We want our clients asking questions. We want them creating stuff and saying, can I do this with my bank? Can I go and fund my education? What can I do? Because the reality is we don't want individuals dependent on us. We want them independent. Most financial advisors are not that way. They want the individuals dependent on them. So whatever they tell them to do, they do, and irregardless, they get paid. So when we provide that second service or that step, that financial GPS, it is not at a cost at all to our client. We want our clients actually to...
In times of turmoil, guidance from successful investors and the wealthy is critical for your success. Subscribe to our premium content to ensure you are well equipped for the growing crisis.
Before we go further, how do people get a hold of you or your organization?
Very, very simply, you can go to Living, Living, Wealth, WEALTH.com, and there is a green button that says free courses, get started. You can watch 10 videos, you can send it to info, email us, and one of us will get in contact with you. So you can watch the videos. You don't have to. You can say, just want to know more, and we'll set up a meeting with you.
There are more investing secrets that are quite powerful for you to build your wealth. If you'd like a VIP introduction to any one of our experts, click on the link below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single tip from any of our seasoned experts. Okay, watch the next video so you can capture our next secrets to investing. If you're ready, it's time for you to experience financial freedom.
The information contained in this episode are opinions not to be used as individual guidance. As always, consult your own financial team for your investment decisions.